and some mistletoe.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
Hello and welcome to La La Land on LA Talk Live. That's Dorothy Dillingham Blue.
And you're Brett Chapin.
Thanks for joining us on La La Land. This is the only nationally broadcast show by Los Angeles artists about Los Angeles artists on episode 184. And we are back.
We are back.
How about that?
Happy December, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little November hiatus,
It was
right?
nice. It was
Took a little break and
yeah, I popped in with my ladies.
yes, you
But,
had the show 2 weeks ago.
Yep, I sure did. All my Moms Who Play Moms episode.
Yes, went awesome.
Yeah.
They sang. There was live music on
There was
La La
live
Land.
music. There was advice for new mothers. There was war stories and all kinds of fun things.
Good stuff.
Tips.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, we took a little break for a week, and we're back here ready to go for the rest of the year
That's
and
right.
beyond.
Yeah, the holiday season. It is wacko. I don't know about you.
Is it Christmas already?
It's countdown. The countdown is on.
Yeah.
It is.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. Yes, it is certainly crazy. I have like the list of shopping I gotta do. I gotta shop for my son and shop for everybody, and
It's Christmas shopping time.
it is. And I'm
Are
really
you doing
good.
anything? Are you going anywhere?
Yes.
You and your family?
We are going to Oklahoma.
All right.
Yes, we are.
Go Sooners.
Go Sooners. That's right. Boomer Sooner. That's what it's all about there, man.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, have fun.
Thank you. Thank you. In fact, I'll be here. I'll do the show on the 20th and immediately leave to go get on a plane.
Over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm that dedicated to you, listeners.
Yes.
Yes,
Very true. Very true.
it's true.
Yeah.
I'm your present. So, anyway.
What a gift the listeners have. Well, they voted for you.
They did.
They should,
Hello. Hello.
should be
Thank
getting what
you.
they asked for.
Yeah.
Do you know what this means? That you've actually been on the show for 2 years.
2 years.
As
Coming
of
up on my
January.
2-year anniversary. Very exciting.
Yes.
Thank you for, doing the Facebook vote and getting me on here.
Good stuff. And December 15th, I realize, is the 4-year anniversary of the show.
Fantastic.
4 years
Look
ago,
at that.
a certain
That's amazing.
Yeah, a certain show began. It was
Yep.
very cool stuff.
Back in the day.
Back in the day,
Bringing
seems like forever.
Bringing all the news that's fit to be on air about the LA theater and art scene, because that's what we do. I think we really, we work hard to make sure that, the unsung heroes of the arts and theater are given a voice and a face and all that.
Yeah,
Because
I
that
think
sometimes,
so.
but the behind the scenes is a little hidden, way
Right.
behind the scenes.
That's why they call it behind the scenes.
That's true.
It's
That's
crazy.
true.
It brings us also full circle to kind of the episode today,
Mm-hmm.
because close to the 4-year anniversary, we have an amazing new sponsor
We
on
do.
the show that we're going to be talking about later.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 amazing guests today,
Great.
Charles Kellum and Simplicio Michael Luis, also known as M.
Got it.
Yeah.
Very cool. So,
Good stuff.
have you seen anything interesting these past few weeks? Have you gone to see some theater?
Some theater, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I've
You
seen
have seen
recently.
nothing.
I know I have. I know I saw the Marvelous Wonderettes.
Yeah, I
at
saw
Theater
that
Palisades.
too. I saw that too. That was a lot of fun. 50s and 60s. How can you go wrong there?
Yeah. TheaterPalisades.com. Get your tickets next 2 weekends.
That's right. It closes on the 15th.
Yeah.
Right. So that's coming up 14th. Whatever. A week from tomorrow.
15th, 14th. Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then after that is going to be the Diary of Anne Frank at Theater Palisades in January.
That's right. And then just after that will be the show I'm directing called Doo-Wop Wed Riding Hood.
Yes.
And that's going to be a hoot and a half. So we just cast that. We have a lovely cast of 24, and they are super excited and ready to play. So ain't nothing wrong with that.
How many boys? How many boys this time?
Hey, we have an embarrassment of riches. We have 4 boys.
What?
I know.
Never happens.
Yes.
That's
yes.
great.
And they're all brand new. Like literally off the street, walked in and auditioned. I was like, what is going on here? This is
So they were like homeless kids from off the street?
Were
they in rags?
They were homeless for a musical home. We have
Nicely
provided
played.
them a musical home.
Yes.
Because not every community is welcoming to the singing and dancing boy, but we are. So
Yes.
there. How's that for a turnaround?
Way to bring it back. How you like them apples?
Yep.
Good stuff.
Good
well,
times.
I can't wait to see that. That's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing that I thought would be fun now that we're back to do.
Oh, good
is
Lord. You
just
did
an
not
idea
tell me
I
about
had.
this.
Just
Freaking
an-
out.
Okay, so you know how like every day is some sort of a weird national holiday?
Yes.
I thought we could mention what today is each time.
What
Because
what
we
is
have
today?
we have some weird national holidays today.
Is there what's today?
Well, today is
I'm not nervous about this or anything.
today is National Pawnbrokers Day. Okay.
Pawnbrokers Day.
Yes.
Okay.
Today is also National Microwave Day.
A microwave. Okay.
And most interestingly, today
Oh,
is
most interesting.
yes. Surprisingly, it gets better. Surprisingly.
Charles is with me.
Yes. Today is National Rhubarb Vodka Day.
Rhubarb Vodka Day.
I didn't even know that existed.
I've had rhubarb pie. I've not had rhubarb vodka, but I have had rhubarb pie. And I have not had vodka since college. I had a very bad experience, and so I printed up signs and posted them around my dorm room that said, I will never drink vodka again. And I have held to that for the past 10 years since I finished college.
Of course. Don't you mean 7 or 8, right?
Right.
Clearly.
What you said.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah, I had a bad vodka experience in college myself.
Yeah.
It can get you.
Tequila,
Especially when you're
bring
drinking
me home. But whatever. But
Smirnoff
vodka.
or- yeah. Not good.
No.
So anyway,
Paul
today
Ann's like,
is
oh crap, I did not meet her before I signed on for this. Oh jeez, where was she at the Starbucks?
You sure you're still in? Okay. We'll bring some vodka for you next week.
No,
We'll do shots.
No, I do not drink vodka.
Oh, come
no, I
on.
do not.
All right,
You
fine.
can bring some Jack, some Maker's
Yeah,
Mark.
great.
I love my what?
That's what I was going to say. Bring Jack back.
Okay.
Bring Jack back.
Jack can come back anytime. He's welcome.
Jeez Louise.
Where the directions that this show goes at times.
It's true.
I love it. I love it. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's today's National Rhubarb Vodka Day. Yeah.
Rhubarb vodka
Yeah.
day. Good times.
Good stuff. We have a couple of other amazing guests on the show. By the way, where are you, Dillingham? Blue, pay attention. We have Jim and
Shush
Dylan.
my hair. Hang on. Here we go.
Yes.
Shush.
We have Jim and Dylan from Miracle on 22nd Street. Miracle on 22nd Street has it's regarding an incident that has sort of become a Facebook group about an incident that I'm gonna let them tell us about.
Okay.
Because they can tell it much better than I can. But it's really sweet. It's a really sweet little
The
story
third or
that
fourth
they have.
account's not so great, but the first or second account, that'll work.
The what?
Nothing. Never mind. Never mind.
Second accounts.
Give me an it.
What? You're so happy to have us back, aren't you?
Oh, Brett, did you miss me?
I did. In both your accounts. See, I'm funny. Anyway. Jim and Dylan
Jim and Dylan.
of Miracle on 22nd Street are
Okay.
on the line with us today. Hi, Jim and Dylan.
Are they there?
Yes.
Hi.
Hey,
Thanks for joining us, guys.
yeah, happy holidays.
Happy holidays. You are calling us all the way from the Big Apple, from New York.
Yeah, It's a beautiful, rainy, cold day in New York City right now.
Has the snow
So
started out
cold.
there? Has the snow started out there yet? Has it been snowing?
Not yet. There was a little bit. We were away over Thanksgiving, but there's been not as much. It's not like piling on.
Mhm.
What's it? Just tell me what it's like right now where you guys are at.
Clear
Yeah.
skies, beautiful sun, and low 70s.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
Puddin'.
Although last week we did have some rain.
We did
surprisingly.
we did have rain last week. It's true, but we really needed it. So,
Yeah, and it was only for like a day and a half, and then it was over.
yeah. One of those days it was like shut down streets and stuff.
When it rains in LA, everybody freaks out though. It's like it becomes a completely different.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
true. And no one knows how to drive.
They don't. They freak out and they drive faster, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Freak out and drive slower, please. Not faster.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just a country girl. I'm just putting on my blinker all the time. But anyway.
And then not changing lanes.
No, I do change some lanes.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good time. All right. Well,
Southern girls. So Jim and Dylan,
Yeah.
it came to my attention, Jim, and I don't even know if you know this, Jim, but it came to my attention through our friend Julie James, former guest.
Oh my God, Julie James.
Yes, we
Yeah.
love Julie, former guest on the show and Sirius XM radio host on the On Broadway channel, and she brought this to our attention through a Facebook post, and it's a little group called Miracle on 22nd Street. They had a video done by the New York Times on them. I watched the video. It's amazing. It's posted on our Facebook page right now. And Jim and Dylan, if you guys could tell us a little bit about Miracle on 22nd Street for our audience who knows nothing of it right now.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know which one of us should start this one, but I can tell you that it's been 4 years now. It was back in 2010. We received about 300 to 400 letters addressed to Santa Claus sent to our apartment in Chelsea, in New York, and we were receiving them over the course of probably Thanksgiving into early December. We just kept getting loads and loads of letters, and we really didn't know what to do with them at first. To kind of make a long story short, what happened was through talking with our friends and talking with our offices, we decided to give the letters out to people so that they could start fulfilling these letters to get some sort of response. Because a lot of the letters really tell some pretty heartbreaking stories. I'll let Jim kind of...
Yeah, the letters were definitely from more in the Bronx and more in Brooklyn, and by the addresses, you could definitely tell that they were, more underserved areas, and some of them were in a lot of them actually were in Spanish, so we can, there was a lot that we had to, we realized that there was a lot of people that needed the stuff in their letters. It wasn't just like, you would get the occasional letter of someone who was like, I want an iPad. But there were, for the most part, basic needs like shoes, coats. That we had this heartbreaking letter of a little kid who essentially sleeps on her parents' couch and just requested a bed for Christmas. I mean, it's like heartbreaking. Like we were, it was a very emotional time and a very weird thing because we didn't ask for it. It just kind of came to our mailboxes.
And so you guys, instead of throwing out the letters or returning them to sender, you took them around to your office, right? And had people each fulfill a letter.
Yeah, it was. This was definitely a struggle because we didn't necessarily know what to do. There were so many letters. I'm not kidding. Every time we'd open the mailbox, it was another 30 letters every day.
Right.
And
it wasn't like a clear-cut answer in terms of how we should handle this because, this was something that really brought out, Jim and I talk about this a lot. This brought out a lot of our differences as a couple. Like, I really felt like maybe we should be looking to go to an organization and bring them there to fulfill them. Jim felt strongly about trying to do this ourselves. And, that was just something that, like, it really brought out that discussion of, like, how do you handle a situation?
Especially when you could just fell in their lap.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this definite moment where, you know, we had this. We were like, well, let's just do this. Let's try to get them fulfilled. Most of the letters were so genuine, and it was really. I had this really overwhelming sense of obligation. Like I was like, this is meant to be. This is serendipity. We have to do this. And so we just passed out the letters to friends. A lot of them were fulfilled on Facebook, actually, which is kind of how it became kind of a social campaign. Was we had people from, honestly, we had like a guy from Tokyo fulfill some of the letters. We had a lot of people actually in LA, Chicago, Miami, Kansas City. A lot of people in Kansas City, where I'm from, where Dylan's from, in Boston. So it wasn't just the New Yorkers that were fulfilling these letters because of social. It was really the country kind of came together at that moment. Over 150 letters were fulfilled, which is a lot of families. It was really exciting.
Yeah.
Amazing. And how many over the last 4 years would you say have been fulfilled?
Oh, well, it's definitely died. It's not as much, right? So,
Right.
I mean, like,
We still have not ever been able to figure out what caused the 400 letters to come in the first place, but every year since it's gone down little by little. So I think the second year maybe we received, would you say like 100?
yeah, it was about 100. Yeah.
And that was like compared to the year before, it just was like kind of a breeze to get through
Yeah.
those.
So-
And then each year since it's sort of dwindled down, and we've really still not been able to figure out how this address got on a list where kids are sending these letters. So it's a little bit of a mystery.
You were saying
just now. Sorry, go ahead.
You were saying in the video that you sort of one of you, I think it was Jim, was saying that you picture a teacher writing your address on a chalkboard in front of a class and saying, "Okay, class, time to write your letter to Santa."
Yeah, that was me. This is Dylan.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. But that is definitely kind of what I pictured, and I still think that might be the case.
I think that makes sense.
There's been a lot of theories. There was also, it turns out on 22nd Street, there's the boys that lived there before us had been receiving like a couple of letters here and there. They lived there for about 5 years, and then they told us that the people that lived before them had also received the letters. So we know that this has been going on for over 10 years, at least, as far back as we know. Maybe even longer.
But never in a significant amount. So, like, we think that there might have been something organized out of the apartment at some point, but we just don't know what it was, and it's, like, certainly past the point where we could just Google it, because we certainly tried that. We really just haven't been able to get a solid answer.
Even the post office was like, what?
Really?
They were.
Oh
That's
my
so cool.
God. That is
And
amazing.
If people want to help out this year, is there a way for them to help out through the Facebook group? Are you getting? Do you have letters now? that
Yeah,
people can
we
help
do.
out?
I mean, the great news is that the ones that were sent to Chelsea, we are still able. We have a relationship with them now.
We moved. I don't know if everybody here knows that, but we moved from the apartment about a year or two ago, and we've been trying to figure out. It was 2 Christmases ago, anyway. But
Yeah.
we've been trying to figure out how to keep it going now that we're not there.
And we have teamed. For the most part, we've teamed up with this organization. Actually, a great gentleman by the name of Patrick, who actually lives in Beverly Hills. He runs a site called beanelf.org, which is basically not necessarily totally affiliated with the United States Postal Service, but is an organization that makes it very clear to organize letter writing groups and to be able to go to the post office yourself to fulfill a letter. So this happens all the time. People write in almost every city. Needy families write to Santa Claus, and then it just stays the post office. So this is something that, like, unbeknownst to me before this, I didn't even know that people have been doing for many years. So that at your local post office, you could actually go and pick up a letter. They've gotten more strict as far as, like, you need to have an identification and things like that because of safety concerns. But it is it is something that the United States Postal Service really does want people to do.
Beanelf.org.
Sorry, go ahead.
Beanelf.org, you said?
Yeah.
Awesome.
beanelf.org.
And I'm sorry, you were saying when I cut you off?
Oh, it's just like the whole thing is it's so wonderful and bizarre, and it's really crazy. I love hearing the stories of just people now who have, because of the letters, now families will just directly send their letters to those individuals that filled it in previous years. Some people I hear that have like relationships with these families, these underserved families, which is just really, I don't know, it's just really special. And we could go on for hours about the countless of stories of individuals filling letters, and it's kind of a web of goodness and strange and bizarre stories, and there really is kind of a tinge of magic around all of it. I don't know, just.
Well, it started with you guys. You guys did something really, really special, and I think you should be commended, and I think the public should be made aware of this. So thank you so much to the both of you for starting this campaign. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And if you want to check out the Facebook group, it's Miracle on 22nd Street. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of it's a private group just so that we can keep it. Again, the safety issue is something that I just don't want it to.
Sure, you want to be smart about it.
But yeah, that we'll accept people as they come in. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for calling in, guys.
Yeah, so fill a letter in your local post office. Great.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
It really is a wonderful feeling.
There are good people out there in the world. There's a lot of bad stuff, but there's good people.
Yep.
Doing good things.
There sure are. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jim and Dylan.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great holiday. Enjoy that weather.
Oh, you too.
will,
Happy holidays.
Merry
and I hope you enjoyed Paris, by the way. They just went to Paris.
Oh, my God. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Have a good holiday.
Bye.
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 Awesome.
Yeah.
A little something for the holiday spirit.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
I like it.
Oh, well, here we are in La La Land again. Little break and little break and back with our two amazing guests.
Excellent.
3 amazing guests, I should say.
We've got them.
Yes.
That's right.
Paula Ann Sharon, M, and Charles Kellum on La La Land on LA Talk Live. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Hi, this is Alan Azoulay with Azoulay Media Productions. I'm really excited to bring you Groove to the 70s, an indoor live concert event taking place Friday, January 16th, 2015, featuring Creedence Relived and Smooth Sounds of Santana, 2 of the best tribute bands in America. Pre-sale tickets are only $29, benefiting homes for our troops and the Humane Society. So get your tickets now at latalklive.com. And stick around for the after party with our LA Talk Live DJs, Veneric Marshall and Mario Alvarado, who will be spinning great tunes that will take you back. So come to the Village at Old World, conveniently located just off the 405 freeway and Beach Boulevard in nearby Huntington Beach for this memorable evening. Bring your friends or that special someone. Hope to see you there.
It's the Black and White New Year's Eve dinner and show starring Shantae Moore, the Daz Band, with special guests the Young Hearts. Wednesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve at the Proud Bird Restaurant, 11022 Aviation Boulevard near LAX in Los Angeles. It's a special midnight countdown as the Daz Band featuring Jerry Bell let it rip. Live in concert, the incomparable Shantae Moore with special guest the Young Hearts. Let's ring out the old and ring in the new. It's a fabulous VIP dinner at 6 p.m. and showtime to follow. Tickets available online at ticketleap.com. That's ticketleap.com. Tickets also available at inglewoodtickets.com or by calling 310-671-6400.
This is Brett Chapin.
And this is Dorothy Dillingham Blue, inviting you to join us every Saturday at noon Pacific Standard Time for our show, La La Land Talk.
Join us as we talk with some of the top talent in LA. Artists' untold stories, your phone calls, and live on-location broadcasts have made La La Land one of the best sources in LA for everything entertainment.
So don't forget to tune in to La La Land Talk.
Exclusively on latalklive.com.
You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com.
Saturdays at noon Pacific Time. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/LaLaLandTalk, Twitter, twitter.com/LaLaLandTalk. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live.
And we are more than just talk.
Hello, I'm Joel Ramirez.
And I'm Lolita Robinson Coppage, and welcome to Joy in My House
on LATalkLive.com. Inspirational radio
with a touch of recovery.
A reality show where nothing is left unsaid
and no one is insignificant who says it.
Exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV.
Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, I'm Ro Williams, and I would like to invite you to join GospelRhythms.com every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show, GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Join us as we celebrate Christians around the world in all genres of entertainment, as well as highlight interest stories on men and women who are making a difference and impacting their community. So don't forget to tune in to GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio, exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes under R&B or watch us live on Ustream TV. We are reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com. We're more than just talk. We're heaven's party here on earth.
That's our camera.
Hang on. Yeah, you guys know. Okay, the camera splits it this way, I guess.
So do I need?
Okay.
Can I get my own mic? Wow, look at this.
No, I thought we. Oh.
Welcome back to La La Land on LA Talk Live. That's Dorothy Dillingham Blue over there.
Hi, and there's Brett Chapin.
And joining us is Johnny Mathis, it sounds like. Somebody. Who is this?
There's the Whispers. It's Christmas, man. We're playing Christmas carols.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Nice. And the other person joining us is Paula Ann Sharon.
Holla, holla, holla.
M, fashion designer M.
Hello, hello.
And author and comedian Charles Kellum.
Good day, everybody. Good day.
Charles, would you like my microphone? You know what? Let me go ahead and set you up here.
Sure, we're directional.
Yeah,
This is a live show, people.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Obviously, Paula Ann doesn't know that.
Audience, you just got to roll with it, audience. Sometimes you got to switch mics. It's a live show. We do what we can here. So, Paula Ann Sharon, I will start with you. How are you?
I'm doing great. How
Good.
are you?
I'm good.
First of all, congratulations, Brett, on the show. What you just said, it's a fourth year
Fourth
anniversary?
year, yeah, December 15th.
Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. December 12th, we walked into a studio and they told us that the show would never work. And December 15th, we walked into another studio and they said the show would work. That's pretty cool.
And that's what's great about
Yeah.
LA, about dreams, about just being focused and sticking with it. It's a great show. Thank you so much for having all three of us here today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
For you got to count the no's in order to get to a yes. I think if people talk about it being the land of rejection, but you can't have anyone say yes if you haven't heard anybody say no or value that yes.
Very, very true.
Understand the value of it.
Yes.
And to that first studio that said no to us and nah.
Because we're a mature show, so don't even start.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We've gotten cootie shots and you have not. So whatevs.
Hey, we eat hamburger birthday cakes on our birthday on this show sometimes.
It's true.
It has happened before. So Paula Ann Sharon, you're starting a YouTube channel.
I am starting a YouTube channel.
Tell us about it, please.
Sure. It's going to launch in March. It's called Hollywood. And many people have asked me about Hollywood and how I got the name and the term. It really was given to me by some coworkers at Google. I used to work at Google in Mountain View. I was a tech recruiter for the Android division. And I often say holla, 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 as we all know, right? And so I commuted from Los Angeles to Mountain View every week. And one of my coworkers, instead of saying Hollywood, she would call me Hollywood because I would walk around saying holla. And so ever since then, it kind of stuck. And then my boss at the time really made it stick. And so that became a hashtag. And then, as you can imagine, it's just kind of grown since then. And then when I came home, I ended my contract, or my contract ended in March. It was a 1-year contract with Google. I came home. I wanted to refocus efforts. I was a child actor. I've been in movies and theater and commercials and stuff for quite some time. I've been doing acting off and on. And once I left Google, I wanted to try one more time. I wanted to refocus some efforts and going back to the indie realm. I've been in some web series and whatnot, and my good friend Laura Zimmerman, hi Laura in New York, who's listening today, she suggested YouTube, and so, but more on an actual scripted program process. And so I then went to the YouTube Space LA Studios, which is in Playa Vista. It's a phenomenal space. If you've not been there and you're local, you need to go to the studios over in Playa Vista. They have taken a Hughes aircraft hangar, and they have converted it into a huge studio that people who have programming on YouTube can use. And so I went over there, went through some courses, went through some instruction. I know, Charles, you've been there. You and I went to an award show there. And from there, I got a film crew together and got some scripted program together. And it has taken off. So it's quite, as far as the, actual filming of it now. So we are all excited. The crew that I have is phenomenal. I have Inda Reed as an editor. I have Jacob Ventura as my director. I have Masaki Imani as my DP. We just filmed M, his fashion show, and we did an episode with M on talking about up and coming stylists and up and coming fashion designers. And so it's coming together quite nicely.
And what you have different programs on your channel,
Correct.
right? How many different programs?
Right now, I'm slotted for 5. Oh goodness!
5. And what are the 5 shows?
Well, the first one will be local to LA, and that is where I interview people like Charles. I will be interviewing him, and have interviewed M. That is all local talent. So it's all local up and coming talent. That's here in Los Angeles, more in the indie realm that needs a little bit of, maybe a little bit more exposure than what they're getting, with the exception of M, who's sitting next to me because he's already so well accomplished. Yes, you are. You're everywhere. I mean, he went to the White House, for crying out loud.
He does have quite the resume.
Yeah, he does. He does. So I really wanted to do that. I love hosting. So I wanted to bring in my host skills in that show. So that will be the first one that will launch in March. The second show will be a reality show, and it's going to be it won't be the typical show that you think of when you think of reality. That one's called Carry On, and that will be focusing on the passing of my late husband and how I've had to, really deal with the military as far as the process of the burial and whatnot, and it's actually it's not depressing at all. It sounds depressing, but it's very interesting. The process, the burial at sea process, is phenomenal. It's probably one of the most beautiful ceremonies I've ever seen in my entire life, and I think that when our servicemen and women do pass and they are given that option to have a phenomenal military funeral, it should be presented. And once I saw the burial at sea process, I thought, this has to go on video. I have to absolutely show this, because I just think that they do such a good job of doing that. So that's Carry On. That will be on after Local to LA. And then we have a couple of other shows that are in the making right now. I am working on a short documentary called Seeking a Sikh. That's the footage for that is coming together quite nicely as well. And then I'll have 2 other shows that will be on later next year, but we're still working on them. I'm also tempted to do a sitcom of my year at Google, because let me tell you, that was that was exciting and fun. But the other 2 are being worked on as far as being creative and getting the writers on board and getting everything together.
Awesome. Cannot wait to hear more about the development and all that. You'll be able to hear a lot about the development of the station on our show over the next 6 months.
And when you were working sort of behind the scenes at Google, did that sort of open your eyes to the possibilities of something like YouTube channels, or was that something you were well aware of before?
Sure, yes, because Google owns YouTube. So, and I was hiring engineers for YouTube as well. At Google, and when you're in staffing, I mean, I did solely engineering. We try to get the engineer through the process, and then from that point we find them a home, whether it's within Android or YouTube or any of the other entities at Google. But it wasn't until I actually went over to YouTube itself and went on campus and really saw what they were doing. It was not a production studio, though. So at the main campus up north, it is, all the software and all the engineering platform. But then they exposed me to the LA studio. And told me that was, I think the LA studio, I'm not sure, maybe Charles knows, it's only been open for about a year. I'm not sure if you know. It's about a year.
It's very new, yes.
So when I was at Google, it wasn't even open yet. Then they told me about it, and then I said, well, I got to check it out. Sure enough, I did, and then here we are. So, but it was very interesting and very good for me to see how the back end of YouTube is ran, and what the engineers have to do, and what their platform is, because it's different when you're a producer and you're putting something on YouTube, and you're part of that user interface. But when you're hiring the engineers that actually create and develop that type of technology, it's a completely different knowledge environment, and I'm so glad that I have that now that I'm producing shows on it.
Sure.
And I'm much more in tune with the technology, and so is my film crew. So I think it was definitely a good thing for me to do, and I'm so glad I had that exposure.
I would think so, because I know a lot of people are like, I'm just going to make a show and put it on the YouTube. But if they aren't fully aware of its possibilities and also its limitations as far as formatting and all of that, I think they unfortunately give their viewers a lesser experience. But if you know what's going on, then you can format and make sure that everything is up and up.
Absolutely. And I think when we were shooting M in his fashion show, he noticed that we were on a red camera, which is a much more
amazing camera.
It's an amazing camera, but we're on that camera because the technology within the next 6 to 8 months coming out from YouTube is going to require that type of camera. And of course I know that because I've worked at Google, and then I keep in contact with those engineers, and then we all just keep in touch as far as technology and where it's going, and then also the conventions. There's a YouTube convention that's up north. There's also one in Orange County, and those conventions will also expand on technology. And again, like you said, I think it's really, really important to have the good equipment, the good team, and then the user experience is just that much better. I really, and then I was talking with M shortly after we shot him, and I said, "You've got to see this footage. It is amazing. It is it's beyond high definition. I think our industry is moving towards that type of environment. I mean, you think that going into a movie theater, you're getting good." A good shot of or good tech. I'm so excited to see what's happening with not only me but some of my counterparts that are filming, and how clear and how concise the images are. It's amazing. I am totally into the technology, and it's just all very, very exciting where it's going. But it's changing very quickly too, and that's very costly. So
now, speaking of images, so MU are dealing in fashion, correct?
That's right.
So that's a very image-based, image-driven thing. So what inspires you to create your collections?
Mostly. It's funny because I vibe more off music and environment, and that sparks the design process. And of course, being a business, I incorporate the trends that are happening at that time. But it all starts with a feeling, and so every season I kind of just relax and go to the park, and that's how the ideas start. Actually,
People can find information about you at worldofm.com. Is that right?
That's right.
Awesome.
Ooh. So what has been something that, like a piece that you were like, yes, this is the piece that spoke to me?
Well, every season too, I try to make it a different theme, and the movement is eco-friendly line. So I always incorporate bamboo and soybean and charcoal and different materials like that to make it organic. But every season and every collection has a theme. So in this past collection that we featured for LA Fashion Week, I used cashmeres. And so there's always one base fabric or one base direction, and I built a collection around that.
Yeah, I think people don't know that, say, for instance, charcoal is, it helps with odor.
It's purifying.
Yeah, it's purifying.
Yeah,
so
the way it does with water and everything else.
That and bamboo as well, natural wicking.
Right,
all that.
You incorporate that into performance fabrics for workouts, and it performs.
Yeah, I used to work for an activewear company, so those are always fun to kind of experiment with. Because I'm also a sweaty freak, but that's okay. So just bring it on back. Just bringing it back.
What is with the women talking about sweat today? When I walked in today, Paula was talking about her sweat. Now you're talking about your sweat.
Because, sweetie, it's just a thing. It just is. All right? Because you men expect us to smell like a damn flower all the freaking time. And you know what? And it takes a daily effort, and I am like freaky about what I put on my feet. I mean, it's just bad, you guys.
And you don't poop either.
I do not poop.
Never.
I never poop. Speaking of poop.
Charles.
Oh
my God. Dorothy. You're going to insult our guest.
That man is an expert transitionist.
Hey, Charles, you wrote a book, didn't you, Charles?
I did. I happened to write a book.
Can you show our audience your book?
Yes. It's called The Book of Game. Game is an acronym for Getting a Major Edge, so it's not the usual game.
Gotcha.
I kind of reinvented made it an acronym for Getting a Major Edge. Getting a major edge on dating and life. Mostly life, a little bit of dating. So,
okay.
Gotta make sure I say that right.
Peruse
it.
Yes. So in a few sentences, what's the way to get a trying to read it.
Getting a major edge.
Get a major edge.
Hold on, I will interject here.
Yes. Okay, please.
You fly to Ethiopia unexpectedly with a ring, and you propose to your girlfriend in front of millions of people.
That sounds like
that's how you get the game.
Yes,
That is the way to get an edge.
Yeah,
Did this happen to you, Charles?
that actually I experienced that. She's not a liar. That actually happened, transpired in my life. So.
Amazing.
Essentially, to answer your question, getting a major edge, it's basically a universal handbook, and I called it the Book of Game because essentially each chapter is a book in essence. It's very brief. I was very conscious to focus on the brevity, but the I guess the quality of the words.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an easygoing universal handbook for, when I say universal, it transcends cultures or gender orientation. It's just a universal handbook for getting edge. You can be a 19-year-old teenager girl or a married old man, and it'll be something for everybody. So I collected a lot of wisdom from a lot of different sources. I travel a lot. I've been raised by women, been around women my whole life. So I felt like I put a lot of edge, so to speak, that a lot of humans don't have, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you have a little different perspective if you've been raised by women and been around women a lot.
So I'm crazy. Yeah.
It rubbed off on you a little bit.
Jacqueline is my grandmother. Yeah.
And people can get a copy of this on Amazon.com, right?
Yes. The direct link is Amazon.com/author/Charles Kellum.
Kellam.
Yes, Charles. You should know how to spell it, everybody. Charles. Kellum. Kellam. M is a mannequin. So.
Love it. Getting a major edge. The Book of Game.
Yep. You can hashtag on Instagram the Book of Game, or I'm at Instagram the Human Mannequin. Do I need to spell that too? A lot of people ask me, like,
if our audience doesn't know how to spell mannequin,
they're like, do I put an R? Is it a W in mannequin? I'm like,
yeah, no.
Yeah, people ask me, is it 2 K's and a Q? Like, no. It's Instagram, the Human Mannequin.
I would hope that our audience is smart enough to Google it if they don't know how to spell it.
I know.
But, there you go. I don't know.
There you go.
But sounds like a great book. Very cool. Are you being interviewed on Paula's YouTube channel as well?
Yes, I have the pleasure and the she actually was fortunate. She called me and she wants to interview me. So, Paula's a great friend and dear supporter. We support each other. Iron sharpens iron. So, I'm a ride with it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I can't wait to hear more about what develops over the next 6 months with your YouTube channel. It seems like you have something really exciting going on there.
I'm blessed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, guys, what do you think and this is for any of the three of you, what do you think you would want our audience to know about you and your work, if you could tell them one or two things?
I'll let him go. I'll let him go first.
Well, I think the main difference or the edge in my industry, in my clothing line, is that I like to keep everything philanthropic and eco-friendly. So every show that I do, we incorporate a charity. So I think if you can live consciously, and everyone has to buy a T-shirt, everyone has to buy a jean, etc. If you can help people at the same time, then why not? And I think that's the main thing I want people to know about the line. It's very conscious.
Very philanthropic, and people can purchase items.
For example, this is a T-shirt that I'm promoting, and all it says is "Love More." And at the end of the day, everything comes down to love or lack thereof. And so, this is what I've been promoting the past 5 years.
Is that you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I like that.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good stuff. People can get your T-shirt and your rest of your clothing line at worldofm.com.
That's right.
All right. Awesome. And how about for you, Paula? Ann?
Oh, gosh. Yes, Paula Ann.
Did you like that? Paula
or PA.
Ann. Yeah.
Just not Paula.
All right. You got a PA. This is the only person that gets to call you Paula.
Yeah, M is the only one.
Yeah.
It's already starting. Oh, gosh. A couple of things to know about me. Definitely passionate. Definitely passionate. I think that's something that was even clearer when I was working at YouTube. Passionate just about, I have 3 jobs. I'm a mother, I'm a recruiter, and I'm a filmmaker. and I'm passionate about all three of them. And somehow, in my crazy world, in my crazy schedule, I manage all three very well. I'm not sure how I do it, but I'm passionate about those three things. And then outside of that, it's everything is just, if it's awesome, it's just a bonus. Another thing too is that I'm really passionate and very conscious about civil rights. About equality, and of course that kind of plays in part with when I'm staffing, and making sure that the right person gets the right job regardless of what their socioeconomic background is, what their race is, I'm very, very passionate about equality, and that's probably right up there with just loving the three things that I do. So
Great. By the way, we're talking with Paula and Sharon M. and Charles Kellum. If you have any questions for our amazing guests, make sure to give us a call at 323-473-3100. And for you, Charles, what do you want our audience to know about you and your work?
Just if I can sum it all up in a nutshell, I'm a big believer in the universal language. It's actually it's a preface in my book. It's called The Universal Language. I feel that and what that essentially is you notice, especially with all the hostility and everything that's going on in America, it's race wars, a lot of, financial strife and holidays, and people are stressed. And, we're at a really tumultuous time. And what the universal language talks about is that, no matter where you are, I've been around the world, and Simplicio has been, from what I've heard. I like how he puts it, love more, because I'm a big believer in that. Universal language is basically a concept that no matter where you are, and what country or continent or where you're from, we all have different things that entertain us. We all have different aspirations. We all have, we all look different. But the universal language is the fact that, love is the same throughout. Love is felt. No matter where you go in the world, laughter sounds the same. That's the universal language. Love, laughter, just positive energy.
Very true.
It's indisputable. So I'm really just an advocate of that. That's why I started the book with that and kind of ended with that. So
great.
So I'm a small towner, and I grew up in Columbia, South Carolina, and you just smile at everyone and you greet everyone. And
it's unheard of out here.
It's unheard of out here. And that's something that, when I moved to LA, I felt awkward. It was because that's how I was and all that. And I was kind of shamed into not doing it for a while. But recently, and I've been teaching this to my son, and I've been reminding it to my husband and my students, because I work with a lot of kids, I'm like, you know what? Everyone deserves a smile today. Everyone. I don't care if you've met them or not. If you are passing them on the street, I saw someone really almost get really amped up trying to get out of a parking space last night, and I rolled down the window. I was like, just gave him a smile, because that's what we need. We need some more positive, and it to everybody, absolutely everybody. Just give them a smile.
And life is so short.
It's so
Folks,
short.
It is short.
Because and you feel less alone. I know I feel less alone if someone looks me in the eye and just is like, hey, how you doing? There's a reason why I am a popular regular at a lot of restaurants. How you doing there? How you doing, Veneric? How you doing? There's a reason why. It's because, I greet everyone there, because I don't consider anyone to be of an upper or lower class to who I am, because no one is. No one is. Popular. We are in America because we are a classless, not classless, but our class society is something that we were literally all escaping from. Everyone deserves that smile and a greeting. Oh my Lord. Please give someone a greeting. Hi.
It's amazing.
Hello.
What about just being nice? And I think my chiropractor said it best when he said being nice doesn't cost anything.
It does not cost anything.
Don't be an asshole. We always say it on the show.
We always say don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what
It's true. Totally true. I know that I'm, I have a tendency to have resting bitch face at times. And
you
if
do.
I'm,
It's true. It's totally true.
And if I'm walking down the street and I'm not looking so happy, and somebody gives me a smile or says hello, that can make my entire
Instantly
day.
makes your Saturday, yes.
Yeah.
And reminds you to jump out of bitch face.
Right. Exactly.
'Cause
Even
that's not
if
helping
you don't know that you're doing it.
Because I think there's this assumption that we all need to be here and up talk and be weird and like be judgmental. Like, you know what? No one. Think about it. No one actually hangs out with those people.
Yeah.
Really, they are literally surrounded by people and totally alone. All right.
Mm-hmm. And they stay alone, and things never get better for them.
They're
because their attitudes never get better. Have you ever noticed those people that? What is so funny? No, but have you ever noticed those people that are always complaining? Things never ever get better for them because they're set in that mindset.
Because now I feel bad for those people.
Hey, they're doing it to themselves. I don't know.
No, those not to interject. I mean, those type of people, I think they just glorify the things that are happening.
Some people thrive on drama, yeah.
And it just you can't. It's insatiable. If they have that mindset, like you said, then it just can't be fulfilled. So
yeah. Well, it sounds like the three of you are doing something that's bringing the world something really positive and something great.
Well, we're certainly dressing them, and one of them is making them laugh.
Yeah, a couple spots, yeah.
We all humanitarians in different ways.
Yes,
pretty much.
And I'll eventually entertain them. So
that's what life's about, right? Thank you so much to the three of you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Give your websites out if you could, each of you, one more time.
If you can go, if you want to just go on Amazon.com, everybody knows that. You can just put in my name, Charles Kellam. Last name Kellam. The Book of Game, Getting a Major Edge. You can Instagram me at The Human Mannequin. Hashtag The Book of Game. Hashtag The Human Mannequin. Or Yes Please. That's my other brand. Hashtag Yes Please. So.
And you better know how to spell mannequin. Pauline.
All right, for Hollywood, and you better know how to spell Hollywood. It's HOLLAWOOD. That's the Facebook fan page. For Instagram, it's Hollywood13, and for Twitter, it's Hollywood13. But I pretty much communicate with the fans through the Facebook page. So that's Hollywood again, HOLLAWOOD. Thank you.
And you're hearing a lot about Hollywood on this show over the next 6 months. And M.
theworldofm.com or Google M the Movement.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Fun times today. So we're back. We're back. Look at that. Back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Except for next week when you're not back.
Well, I don't know if I know. I don't think I did. I booked a web series. And
you booked that?
I booked it. I totally booked it. High five across the table.
Nice.
Awesome. So, and that's called ASK. What Could Be the Harm? And I'll have our the website on our Facebook page to learn more about it. But I'm very excited, and we have our first table read on next Saturday. So
beautiful.
It's big cast. Thank you, Julie Simpson, for creating an amazing ensemble of really talented actors. I'm so excited to be working on this project. So, yay!
Congratulations, Dorothy.
And you know what? The lesson in that is go for it in your auditions, because I literally went balls to the wall. And when I got to the callback, I looked around and I asked her about this later because we met about my character. I said, I looked around. I said, I didn't see anyone else call back for my part. She goes, because no one else nailed it like you did. So there was no reason to call anybody else back.
What a great answer.
I was like the
what
first one cast.
Answer.
So that was really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I hate it when you miss the show, but if you're going to miss it, I love that you're missing it for work.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
We're busy people, right? That's what it's. Well, that's why it works, because we have. Oh man, yeah. Like when you have an opening night, you're like, I can't get there.
I know. I think I called you half dead during Tech Week last time.
You did. I can't. I can't.
Can you do the show? Take over for me.
Can you do it? Okay.
And that's Tech Week. You know what that's like.
Oh, don't I
so,
ever?
I'm glad that I have a co-host to take over sometimes.
I'm glad I have a co-host too. Oh,
I love you, Dorothy.
It's the holiday spirit. We're all like in it. It's so great. Okay.
We're so back. We're so back with a vengeance. So, next week for episode 185, we're going to have director John Valicio in.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot wait to talk to him.
Sounds good.
Anything you want to say to our audience before we go away for our final episode?
Final episode.
I mean, for our first episode back. First episode back.
Well, thank you for tuning back in, and hey, we're excited to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. If you want to find information about us, you can go to facebook.com/lalalandtalk, Twitter at twitter.com/lalalandtalk. You can send us an email at lalalandtalk@gmail.com.
That's right.
And until next time, that's Dorothy Dillingham Blue.
And there's Brett Chapin, and we are La La Land Talk on LA Talk Live.
See you at the top.